Now then, how you doing? Welcome to our weekend betting preview for the Premier League. Lou Macari's alongside me. Lou, how you doing?
All right, thanks, Mark.
I see you've been mixing with the stars. Have you got a new album coming up? Have you?
Oh, you mean Stormzy?
There we are. Look, I saw you with Stormzy. So what a boy band we've got here. So obviously, are you the lead singer? Then you've got Arthur Aberston, Brian Robson, Gary Pallister, and Stormzy. What a band!
Actually, I said in the writing down at the bottom, I put in for a bit of a joke that Stormzy was there, and these other three, I don't know who they are.
I saw that, yeah.
And I had people tweeting me to say, "Are you losing the plot? Have you got dementia?" So, yeah, it was good.
So, have you got any breaking news? Are you about to drop an album with Stormzy or anything like
No,
that?
but I could be flying out to New York next week for something. I can't tell you what it is, Mark.
What, to chill with Stormzy?
Just chill, yeah, the Big Apple.
Well, megastars were at Old Trafford on Saturday for one reason, to see a football megastar, Cristiano Ronaldo. The atmosphere seemed electric.
Atmosphere was the best I've known for years and years and years, and to think that one guy can create that tells you all about him. He's an exceptional player, he's an exceptional person. I remember when he first came, Mark, so many years ago, whatever it was.
2003.
2003. I looked at him and thought, right, what have you got to offer? And I'll be honest, I couldn't see a great deal. I couldn't see why Sir Alex had gone out and bought him. But as the weeks went on, I seen a player develop. Then when I made a few inquiries, I was told that he trains extra hard, he was coming back in the afternoon, he was learning from strikers that we'd had in the past, how to finish, and he was desperate to become a star. And it's a great example to any kids. If you want to become a star and you're not really there at any stage of your career and you've got a long way to go and work, go and try harder, go and put the hours in, go and apply yourself, and it can happen. It won't happen by talking about it or dreaming about being a star, but Cristiano Ronaldo, over his career, has deserved everything he's got, and it's been no fluke. Saturday was no fluke. We wouldn't have won that game if it hadn't been for him, because the first goal in particular, Greenwood has a shot, hits off the goalkeeper spills, it's a horrendous mistake, and one person reacted, because that's what great strikers do.
And is that what Man United have been missing? That sort of
without a
natural
doubt,
number 9?
Without a doubt. Standing next to him is Sancho. I wouldn't say picking his nose, but he's just looking at the goalkeeper spilling it. And Cristiano's on his way, he's on the move. There was 2 Newcastle defenders there looking at the action taking place as well. And he, through his years of experience, was on the move. As soon as Greenwood pulled his left foot back to have a shot at goal, he was anticipating maybe, only a maybe, keeper would drop it. Got United in front, and it got them eventually a comfortable victory, because anybody that wasn't there, it was anything but comfortable leading up to half time. Plenty of possession, same old story. Nobody really knowing how to get that opening goal. But that's what he will bring to United.
So could he be the difference? Because United have struggled to break down some teams, especially at Old Trafford, haven't they, in the last couple of seasons? So could Ronaldo now be the difference in some of these games?
Oh, without a doubt, Mark, he could be. I mean, you're going about his age, he's 36. I don't know what that's going to bring. That might be a minus. It might be as the season goes on, he maybe gets a little bit tired or whatever. But the asset that he's got, it showed up in that goal. Crafty, desperate, wants to score, take advantage of mistakes. United haven't really got somebody you could say is on the ball and is going to take advantage of any mistakes, which is why you had lots of close games at Old Trafford. He'll just turn a close game into a winning game like he did against Newcastle.
I do want to talk about Sunday's game against West Ham, but before we do, obviously, great result on Saturday, top of the table very early on, but then another disappointing European night. That's 7 defeats out of 11 in the Champions League under Solskjaer.
Well, I know what Ollie said after the game, and a pal of mine said to me, what a young boy's like. 'Cause I'd been there a couple of years ago when United played them then, and they were a nothing team. They were not to the standard of Premier League, certainly not that standard. AstroTurf pitch, so on and so on. And the pitch does make a difference. And Ollie came out with that as a bit of an excuse and sort of got blasted for it. But even with 10 men, Mark, I thought when they went down to 10 men, I thought they'll still beat this team because the gap between the two sides is huge. Worried me slightly that they lost the game. I could see them drawing it, but losing the game was a result that obviously all they wouldn't have wanted. But
let's be honest, it's an easy group, especially when you compare it to Liverpool
group.
And City's group, and look at the start to their group.
That's why there'll be no alarm bells ringing. It's an easy group. If you can't get out of that group, you shouldn't be in the Champions League.
At the moment, Man City are 5-4 favourites for the Premier League. Chelsea 5-2, Liverpool 9-2, Man United 11-2. Huge gap. Spurs 66-1. Where can Man United finish in the Premier League this year? Fred thinks they can win it, but you know what Fred's like.
Yeah. Fred, like me, Punch, is hoping to win it. Have they got what it takes to win it? On the evidence of the away games where they've struggled a little bit, went to Southampton and you know.
But unbeaten in 28 Premier League games, which is phenomenal.
It's a great record. With Ronaldo, yeah, they've got a better chance of winning it with Ronaldo than if they didn't have. If they didn't have him, I would dismiss.
But would you
the
agree
chances.
then? City 5-4, Chelsea 5-2, then Liverpool United about the same.
About the same. Chelsea have surprised me. Got off to a flying start. I don't know why I'm saying surprised. They are Champions League winners, and but I just thought maybe the wheels would come off a little bit. But the manager's, he's on the ball, he's smart, he's demanding, he's there on the touchline, there's a presence there. I've got to say, a bit like Mourinho used to be, which is why he ended up at Old Trafford, because on that touchline, Mourinho used to have that presence where you felt, yeah, he's roaring his team on, he's pushing them, and he's trying everything to get a victory. So yeah, Chelsea, I wouldn't dismiss them being there right to the end.
Right, well, let's talk some games and get some predictions. So live on Sunday on Sky, Manchester United away at West Ham. Since the beginning of last season, only City and Chelsea have got better home records under the former Manchester United manager, of course, David Moyes. But we've got a former West Ham manager here as well in Lou Macari. How do you see Sunday afternoon's game?
Normally a trip to West Ham is 3 points for you, but under Moyes, they seem to have changed. They're tougher to beat. The record is good. The Jesse Lingard last year, who in the short time he was there, for me was player of the season. Right throughout the Premier League, what he did when he arrived, he got them goal after goal after goal, which Jesse was always, that's what he was about at Manchester United. He's back at Old Trafford now. I think they'll miss him. I think they're missing the centre forward as well.
Yeah, he's suspended from sending off Antonio.
So I think United will get back on the winning track. I don't think it'll be easy though.
It was 3-1 last season. So you're going for Manchester United. What score?
I'll go for Manchester United to win 2-1.
2-1 Manchester United. Let's stay in Manchester. Man City are at home. Well, the goals have been coming, haven't they? Even without signing a striker. They've scored plenty in the Champions League this week. And it's been 5-0 against Arsenal at the Etihad. Then 5-0 against Norwich at the Etihad. And the last game last season at home was 5-0 against Everton. So they've been firing them in at home against City. How are they going to do it against Southampton this week?
Every chance, Panch, and getting 5 goals it's a big achievement to do it constantly, like you've just talked about. I don't think they'll score 5 goals. I think they'll be like most teams in the Premier League when you're up there at the top.
It was 5-2 against Southampton last year.
Last year, was it? They'll be quite happy to win the game because that's the main thing in the Premier League. Get those 3 points. Sometimes how you get them doesn't matter, and certainly scoring 5 every week doesn't matter. But Southampton's one of those teams, can't figure them out at the moment because they're up, they're down, but in some good performances, then some shockers. I'm going for City to win the game, but not by 5 goals.
And just very quickly, were you surprised about what Pep Guardiola said after the game? I'd like more people to come on Saturday. We will be tired. Southampton are so dangerous. I invite all our people to come 3 p.m. to watch our game. No, I'm not taking the mick.
Maybe they're short of cash.
Well, no, I thought it was a strange thing to say for a manager.
There's lots of the foreign managers, Mark, in the Premier League, for me, say strange things. I don't understand them sometimes. Mikel Arteta, I didn't understand. He had a bit of a rant last week and I couldn't get my head around it. He's got some project going. The only project I'd be thinking about is winning games and toughening up that team that Arsenal have got, because nothing about them.
I think you're a bit more polite than I thought you'd be wearing your Manchester United underpants about Pep Guardiola asking for fans to come to the game.
Yeah, but I couldn't get my head round it.
No, I was surprised.
Same with Arteta and one or two other foreign managers. Maybe something gets lost in translation, or maybe something gets lost coming out of his mouth to what he really means. Maybe he wasn't happy with the support they've had since the start of the season. Maybe, come on lads, liven yourselves up, because the support helps
the champions at the end of the day, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the favourites for another Premier League. Well, you've mentioned Arsenal. Arsenal travelled to Burnley. At Burnley, Sean Dijk has just extended his contract by another 4 years. So, well, we probably haven't got time to talk about what's going wrong at Arsenal, but it's not good, is it?
There's nothing going right, that's for certain. You look at the playing staff that they've got. Is there a leader there? No. Is there anything close to a leader? No. Is there a bunch of players who have got no guts or determination? Yes. It's as simple as that. Mikel Arteta, Matt, doesn't need to come up with a project, whatever that is. I don't know what the project is, but to survive in the Premier League, you need at least, going back to Sean Dyche now, he's got a team at Burnley that will battle. They're struggling like they did last season, but somehow or other he manages to galvanise them and get them playing and gets them out of trouble. Arteta's got to do that with Arsenal. Now, with no experience under his belt, or no experience of losing, he's been with Pep. They've been winning. It'll be interesting to see what he can do to get them out the big hole they're in, because you need players to win games. I don't see where their players are.
I don't think he'll be looking forward to going to Burnley, will he?
He won't be. No, this could be the turnaround for Burnley, a result against Arsenal that sets them up again on another winning run. Because Sean Dyche has been in this position before, where his team's been struggling. People have said, "Oh, this is going to be the end of Sean Dyche now at Burnley," and it's all coming to an end. But he manages to pull them round. He manages to get the team spirit up. Something that is lacking in that Arsenal team. And I think all the supporters, I've got some friends that are Arsenal supporters, and they look at the team and they're saying, where's the devil in the players? Where's the aggression? Where's the team spirit?
Just seem to have a weak underbelly. And
they've got nothing.
Arsenal never used to have that, did they?
I'd never, at this stage of the season...
The 70s, 80s, 90s, the early 2000s, never had a weak underbelly.
All the trouble at Old Trafford we used to have, Martin Keown, Pizzagate, where they're throwing the pizzas up the tunnel, and the penalty kicks that they were, that they tried to put Ruud van Nistelrooy off. That was Arsenal. That was Tony Adams. That was your man you just mentioned.
You didn't want to play him, did you?
Oh, no, you wouldn't want to play them. This lot, you can't wait to play them. And I really feel for the supporters, because Arsenal over the years, they're not used to this. They're used to a team that they can be proud of. Might not win anything, but they can be proud of and will have a go. This lot is still to show me that they can have a go. I'm waiting to see it, Mark. When's it going to come? Maybe come this week. Maybe they'll go to Burnley and put up an Arsenal performance and come away with a win. But I don't think they've got it in them.
Prediction then?
I'll go for a 1-0 Burnley win.
1-0 to Burnley for Lou. I'm looking forward to this. 4:30 on Sunday. Spurs, who had that great August, of course, playing Chelsea. We talked about Chelsea earlier. Thomas Tuchel doing a great job. And Lukaku, now you saw a lot of him at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Now, he's come back from Italy a better player.
He's come back a better player. He's come back a fitter player. He's come back a more clinical finisher. At Old Trafford, if you had anything against him, you would say a bit clumsy at times on the ball. He's not clumsy anymore, Mark, because when you go to Italy, the one thing they do is they make you work, they make you train, they make you come back in the afternoon. If you've got a weakness in your game, you're in at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and probably sometimes until it gets dark. And that's what Italian football's been famous for over the years. The dedication and the fitness and that desire to improve your game. He's definitely improved, and I've seen Fred's betting on top goal scorer. He's up there, head of the market, quite rightly so, I think. Cristiano Ronaldo, just second favourite, I think. And I think it's between those two who finishes the Premier League's top goal scorer.
Got a good record against Spurs in the league, unbeaten in the last 5. So how do you see it? Is it Spurs versus Chelsea?
Spurs got to the top of the league. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my opinion, they got to the top of the league by the fixtures they had.
And then
quite easy fixtures.
fell foul of Palace at no one saw.
So, yeah, Palace took the 3 points off them. I'm going for a Chelsea win, and I'll go 2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. Really looking forward to that. 4:30 on Sunday afternoon.
Sorry, can I just say, by the way, the owner, Daniel Levy, fair play to him. He's the first person that stood up against any agent or players as regards a player under contract not moving from the club. All the threats he must have been getting from everybody who wanted Kane to be leaving, he stood his ground, and fair play to him. And I think that's the sort of impression most Spurs supporters will have. At least they've got an owner there for whatever they say about him, and sometimes they're don't say very nice things about him, but he did stand his ground and say no, he signed for Tottenham Hotspur, he's staying here.
That is Sunday afternoon. Right, Liverpool play Crystal Palace. Liverpool, good win at Leeds last weekend, but they're certainly better now Van Dijk's back.
Well, he showed that, Mark, when he went to Liverpool. His game improved. He was the heart of the defence. When he went and got injured, you feared for Liverpool defensively, and I think it proved that, because defensively they were nowhere near as sound as they were when he was there. He's back now. He's going to help them finish a lot closer to the top of the league this year than they did last year. Haven't signed anybody. I think they signed one player, I think, at the summer. Will that go against them when everybody else was signing?
It was centre back, wasn't it?
Yeah, Chelsea were bringing in players, and of course United were bringing in players. Just may go against them if they pick up another 2 or 3 injuries and the squad gets depleted a little bit.
I think that's the worry. The squad's probably not big enough now for Liverpool.
Probably the squad's not big enough. But the manager knows what he's doing. He certainly's got a game plan, and it's nothing to do with, it's not a project. His is about getting them out on that pitch and getting them fit and getting them playing. And he's done fantastic as well since he's come from Germany, the Liverpool manager.
Sadio Mane scored in 8 consecutive games against Palace. So it's at Anfield. He had a great win in Europe this week, coming from behind to win 3-2. What's the score going to be? Liverpool Palace.
I'm going 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0
Palace had a
Liverpool.
good result last week, and that'll have given them a big lift. But they've got a new manager finding his way in the Premier League. The experienced manager in the other dugout. I'm going for Liverpool.
Right then, time to get your pens, get your coupons, etc. I'm going to put Lou on the spot. So starting on Friday night, Newcastle United versus Leeds United.
Got up a good show at Old Trafford, Newcastle, up until half-time. Goalkeeper, without a doubt, lost them the game. I don't think he's a regular for them, is he?
No.
The goalkeeper. So Newcastle supporters will be hoping the regular goalkeeper's back. Good showing, and I felt for Brucey because his team couldn't have given him any more.
Look, he's under pressure. He said, I will never walk away.
Quite right, because on the performance they did up till half-time, there's no need to walk away. When they're down tools, that's the time then, Mark, to realise, these players are not going to play for them. But they were playing from up until half-time, up until Cristiano Ronaldo broke the deadlock in the 44th minute. They were well in the game. Leeds United, I think they've been a surprise package for everybody this year up to now, because everyone thought they'd be a little bit better than they have done. But when you come up from that championship, you carry some players that are championship players and have helped you get to the Premier League. The Premier League's a whole new ball game, and you find that every mistake you make, which you can make mistakes in the championship, don't get punished.
I suppose if you have played Man United and Liverpool.
Make mistakes in the Premier League, you'll get punished. And
So come on, give us a score, Newcastle, Leeds.
I'm going 1-1.
1-1. Right, so let's quickly whip through them. The early kick-off on Saturday, Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Brentford.
Well, they've scored a goal now, so I'm going for 2-0 Wolves.
Burnley, Arsenal, you've already gone 1-0 Burnley. Liverpool, Palace, you've gone for a Liverpool win. Man City, Southampton, you've gone for a Man City win. Norwich, Watford.
Ooh. Well, Watford are struggling already, but I think everyone expected them to struggle. Norwich trying to find their feet again in the top league. I'll go for 1-1 there as well.
5:30, Aston Villa, Everton.
Whether they like it or not, Everton are doing okay under the old Liverpool manager. Didn't go down too well when he got the job.
10 points unbeaten.
10 points. Look as if they're playing for him. Look as if they're playing for Everton Football Club, which is more important. So I'm going to go. I think he'd be quite happy with a draw. I'm going to go for another 1-1 draw.
And then on Sunday, Brighton-Leicester.
Brighton have done okay last year under Potter. They're doing okay this year. I'm going for a Leicester win 1-0.
And remind me, you've gone for a Man United win at West Ham. What score was it?
2-1.
2-1. And then you're going 2-0 Chelsea at the new Tottenham Stadium at 4:30. Just before we finish, just a quick word on...
And if none of them come up, I'm off to New York with Stormzy.
Well, you're going to drop that new album, aren't you? I'm looking forward to the Macari and Stormzy album. Just, obviously, are Arthur Alberson, Gary Pallister and Brian Robson in the band, or have you got rid of them?
Got rid of them.
Got rid of them.
Nothing to offer.
Very quickly, one of your old clubs, Stoke. All right, very, very early on. They drew last night, away at Derby this weekend. Currently in 5th. Do look better this season after a couple of very, very disappointing campaigns.
I think when you come down from the Premier League, Martin, you've been in there for a number of years, everyone expects you just to bounce back. That's what they expected of Stoke. It's not that easy, as Michael O'Neill's finding out. But in Michael O'Neill, they've got an experienced manager. He knows how to win games with Northern Ireland. His run of results was brilliant. It was second to nobody's in international football. Teams start to take shape. I think they can do it, but like anything, you need that little bit of luck. Last night, everything went against them. Missed a penalty. Then there was fight in the dugout, and everyone got embroiled in that. And I think they forgot about the football pitch. So they end up with a draw that they probably wanted. Well, they did want. Obviously, a win could have sent them top of the league. But I think everyone's got enough confidence and faith in Michael O'Neill to believe that come the end of the season, they'll be there. And I think everyone expects them to be there because of who they are, what they've got going for them. Money's not a problem at the football club. So it'll be more than disappointing if they're not in the shake-up right to the end, and it'll be more than disappointing as well if they don't actually do it.
Cheers, Lou. Thanks for coming in. Obviously, former Celtic, Manchester United, Scottish player, but now just known as Stormzy's mate on social media. Cheers, Lou. Cheers. See you soon.